Hello, everyone. Today is day 14 of the 30 days of transformation. Today, we're going to talk about the importance of self-care and how that is part of being unconditionally loving to yourself. So I want to ask you a question. When is the last time that you truly took time for yourself to do something for yourself, to give yourself some self-love and respect without feeling guilty? Most of the time, even if we know where to do it, even if we try to do it, we sometimes feel guilty because we think we should be doing something. We're not used to taking time for ourselves. We're not used to, not just on the go all the time, not just push, 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 and not just showing up from a place of that you have to do anything before you can make anything happen. Being like that fixer of everything and being in control of things. So today I'm going to bring you some information or some tips, I should say, that can help you learn to prioritize your self-care without feeling guilty for it. If that is you and you have felt that, please let me know. And if you've not got plugged into my 30 days of transformation, a journey to your true self, again, today is day 14. You can go over to YouTube and you can check out my playlist, the 30 Days of Transformation, and that will give you all the back information that I've led up to today, the last 14 days. I do have about another week to go before I'm going to have to take a break because I didn't realize that whenever I set all this up, I lost a week somewhere in all this, that I'll be out of town. It's a family trip, and I made the choice that normally, and this is a representation of self-care too, that to really step away from work and to put the time into my family from a very positive way, not just a healing way anymore, and doing it from a place that I'm not going to feel guilty for sitting here and coming here with a 30 days of transformation and then realizing, oh, I got my dates messed up and now I have to have a gap. And the old me would have taken all my equipment, would have showed up anyway. But this is an opportunity for me to spend time with my kids, my children and grandchildren, and I'm going to do it guilt-free. Now, about, I guess going on 2 years ago, could be 3 years ago now, I'm really like, time doesn't mean anything to me anymore. That's why that's why I lost a week, literally lost a week, thinking we had an extra week before our trip. And, but it's around 2 years ago. You might have remembered this if you followed me. I did a self-love makeover journey, and it followed my own journey. And I did an ebook on self-care, and it's the ebook is about a 10-day challenge within yourself, and you can sign up for it. It's free. There's going to be a link in the description above or below. And if you're on Instagram, you might find it there. And if not, go to my YouTube channel to this video and you will find it. But it's a 10-day basically journey that I take you on for self-love, just in that journey itself, separate from this journey we're doing here for 30 days. And when you do that, you're also going to get a ebook that I have that self-care is not selfish, because again, that's what we tend to believe or conditioned or programmed. Coming into self-love means it takes time to take care of ourselves, to take care of our own needs, to put ourselves first without, again, feeling guilty for it. And when we recognize that this is a form of us respecting ourselves, setting boundaries for ourselves, then we begin to show up for ourselves in this way that is in true empowerment, true love for ourselves. So I'd be interested to know any ways that you guys use self-care right now. And also, if you are trying to attempt to do self-care, are you experiencing guilt doing it? Or have you learned how to let that go and really enjoy yourself, really embrace yourself where you are right here, right now, without feeling like you should be doing something else rather than taking care of your own needs? So that could be anywhere from, a hot bath and candles. That could be getting up to go to the gym. That could be setting a boundary. It took me a long time to even realize and recognize that even just like making sure to prioritize, say, a sense of having money is self-care. Prioritizing the idea that, and I'll give you an example of this. I always said I was high maintenance, but not in a bad way. I just knew that for my journey, I needed a massage every 2 weeks. I needed an adjustment every week as a chiropractor. I was not going to go to my office in pain and working on people in pain and be in pain and not take care of myself. Not to say I hadn't done it, but I understood what it meant to take care of me if I was going to take care of others. And if we don't put ourselves first and fill up our own love bank, and it's just like a bank, it's going to overdraft. And somewhere in that, you're going to be depleted and you're not going to have what you need within yourself. And then, it tends to be like you don't set the boundaries. And what happens with that is you allow people to treat you the way you treat yourself. Okay. And so when you come into the empowerment of yourself, you come into the self-love and self-respect and set your boundaries and put yourself first and have some me time and I call it decompressing time. So at the end of my day, I'll be heading in and past my beloved and give him a kiss, tell him I love him and say, I'm going to go decompress. And the cool thing is in that was when you're in a relationship, you also got to know how to give people the freedom to experience that within themselves. Because on the flip side of this, people can take this as rejection. They can take it as like they don't love me because they would give to me. And it's because you're an overgiver. So if you're an overgiver, then you expect somebody to overgive to you. And then when they can't overgive to you, then you feel neglected by them when it's really being neglected by yourself. And by feeling neglected by them, you have an expectation on them that they can never fill, because that is, you only can fulfill that within yourself. Okay. And the only way you can fill it within yourself is to fill your love bank up with things that make you feel good, things that make you feel like you matter, things that make you relaxed, present, not stressed. Because that's another thing about this is if you're not taking care of yourself and you're giving your power away or your energy away, or you're overgiving and you're not receiving, that can even lead to resentment at some point, because you then have this, again, back to the expectation that somebody should do this for you. So what I would recommend you do is get plugged into what I just mentioned. I'm going to give tips, okay? And naturally, the first one is to recognize that you taking this time for yourself is you learning to have respect for yourself, all right? And worth for yourself, and that you're worthy of it, okay? That's the lesson here. But for you to get plugged in to my 10-day self-love makeover, that includes an ebook that's already done for you, that is Self-Care is Not Selfish. That will be very powerful. You can sign up for it. Again, it's free. The link's in the description above and below on your platform. And again, Instagram, you may check in my link in my bio, but I'm not sure that's there. But again, you can go over to YouTube. If you haven't been following me on this 30 Days of Transformation, A Journey to Your True Self, go over to my YouTube channel. There's lots of information there of ways that you can plug into your self-care and self-love. But you can get plugged into what I've been talking about for this 30 days, and today's day 14. And it's been very powerful. There's been several people that's joined me along this journey and has showed up and made mention of their following. And I want to acknowledge all of them and all of you that are here today. And I send you so much love. And the other piece in this I will add is that, anytime that you go through this and you can have the opportunity for a quantum leap in it, would you take it? This is kind of the question. If somebody gave you the medicine and said, okay, this medicine's going to be your fix-all, right? Now, that's the thing is, I want to say something about that. Let's say a disclaimer about that. The only true healer you have is yourself. But the problem is you don't believe in yourself. You don't have trust in yourself. And because you're not coming into yourself in these gifts and you healing yourself from putting yourself first is a piece of it. When you put yourself first, then you don't expect anybody else to do that. and you give them the freedom to do that, and you don't feel rejected from them when they are doing what they need to do for themselves, because they're actually teaching you should be putting yourself first if they're putting themselves first in that reflection. But anyway, back to what I was saying. If somebody were to say, okay, I got this formula, you can make this in a quantum leap, and actually signing up for the formula would actually be the medicine that puts you in a position to quantum leap, and it is a piece of your self-care. You probably would do it, right? Well, that's one of the things that we're going to be teaching in the Sedona Rejuvenation Retreat coming up April 4th through 7th here in Sedona. And the energy here is just incredible. We just went out today and had a healing session out in the vortexes on Bell Rock with a mom, son, and we tend to be doing this generational healing that's coming through with people, even in our vortex tours. It's Sedona Rebirth Tours. And you could go to SedonaRebirthTours.com, which is a new business my beloved and I are doing in-person sessions now here in Sedona. And that's a piece of what we're going to be doing also in the retreat coming up. But taking time for this is a good example. Okay. Some people will be like, yeah, I want to come, but I can't take the time for it. I've had people say that. Or some people would say, I want to come, but I don't have the money for it. Now I want to tell you something about the money for that. Okay. And this is a self-care thing I was talking about a while ago, allowing yourself to even have money in self-care. When I was a chiropractor, they sent us to Walmart, told us to do the Walmart test. And what the Walmart test means, you look in the cart and see how many things people could do without. It's priority. That's what it is. What are you prioritizing in your life? And if you are thinking you don't have the money to do something like that, a piece of that is because you don't feel you deserve it. And you're not taking action in a way of self-care, of giving yourself permission to receive the assistance, to receive the experience, to dive deep into yourself in this energy that would really be transformational for you. And that's another example that just came through that is, I couldn't give a better example. Like, would you feel worthy of that? Would you feel like if you wanted to come and you were like, okay, I don't really have the money, then where are you? My question would be for you is, where are you not giving yourself permission to receive enough money to invest in yourself? Okay. That is self-care. So coming to a retreat like Sedona Rejuvenation Retreat is self-care. Allowing yourself to do it is self-care. Taking the time for you to do it is self-care. And so anyway, that being said, I'm using an example, but there's a link in the description above and below for that retreat coming up April 4th through 7th. So excited about it. The healing work we've been doing here is just so powerful. It's so amplified and it's so over the top. Just beautiful. So I want to take a moment and just acknowledge my beloved that Jeremiah that just left us a message here. And loving yourself is the first step to loving others. Oh, yes, yes, yes. That is so true. Because if you don't know how to love yourself, you don't fully know how to love somebody else to the level that is whole, heal, and complete. Because then you want that person to complete you when they can't complete you, like I was saying. But they will compliment you when you come into your own wholeness. And so when you loving your family and loving your best friend, thanks for shining my light. Thank you for showing up to back me, support me, love me, and just acknowledging how beautiful that is. And at some point coming up here, then one of the topics I'm going to talk about in this 30 days of transformation is about how, when we come into this transformation, how the importance of that is a piece of that is having loving relationships. Oh, that is awesome, Heidi. Thank you so much. Just thank you, Dr. Harmony. It's more than I can say now. Wow. And I know, Heidi, what you mean by that, because Heidi's been a follower for a long time, left a lot of messages and things that seem to go really deep with Heidi, and it's in such a beautiful way. And so, Heidi, thank you for your love, your following, your support, and sending you loads and loads of love. So I'm about to go have some self-care and take some relaxation after we have had company yesterday through the night and then all today. And my beloved is making us dinner right now, and I'm going to receive that and have some dinner and then go do some self-care to relax. So if you're just joining, make sure to get my 10-day self-love makeover that's free. And when you sign up for it, you'll also get an ebook that self-care is not selfish. And then if you really want to take a quantum leap and give yourself the ultimate gift, we'll see you here in Sedona, and you can get the link to the Sedona Rejuvenation Retreat and the description above, below, or in my bio on Instagram. Okay, I'll see you tomorrow. Loads of love and keep shining.